Dual couples in the workforce. It has taken countless decades for both men and women to find a sense of equality within the acceptance of working outside the home. It had, for a long period of time, been a consensus that men were the breadwinners of the family and that the women were to stay at home. In an industrial society about 200 years ago, most Canadian families were nuclear. As industrial societies progressed, gender divisions increased, with men taking the best, well-paying jobs, while women were left to work at unskilled jobs until it was time for them to stay home with the children. In the musical hit, How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying, and based off of the novel, the belittlement of women in the office is made apparent in the song A Secretary is Not a Toy. In the 1950s and 1960s, within a post-industrial society, married women began working outside the home. The most powerful impact that supported the trend of women working outside the home was the feminist movement enacted by the Famous Five in the 1960s. Women soon learned that working outside the home satisfied a psychological aspect of the brain. This was the true beginning to dual couples in the workforce. By the 1970s and 1980s, about 51% of married women worked outside the home. However, as more dual families in the workforce became more common, as did single-parent families. By 1996, 12% of Canadian adults were female single parents, and 2.5% were male single parents. While this did provide new statistics that made a small dent to dual families in the workforce, it would not in any way slow the progress of both men and women finding equal work. In 1995, Jim and Jane Carter, authors of He Works, She Works, wrote that the number one conflict faced by women in dual career families is role conflict. Women are used to taking on multiple roles, both at work and in the home. New conflicts have arisen in which, with both a husband and a wife working high-profile careers, a presence in the home for the children is lacking. To solve this, couples with higher-paying jobs may hire an alternate caretaker. However, the woman of the family is still considered the primary caretaker of the child. Despite all the progress made, men are still found to be taking a traditional backseat in terms of home activities. By the year 2000, 80% of the workforce was made up of dual workforce couples, 60% of which was made up of women. Since approximately 2006, the majority gender in dual workforces has drifted back and forth, but remained relatively on equal grounds.